Tiger Woods. Last weekend, he won the Memorial, sending the message that golf's most electrifying name is at the top of his game. Will he add a victory in America's national championship to his resume? Golf's greatest championship, the U.S. Open. Coverage begins June 17th on NBC Sports.
On a new Dateline Wednesday, guns getting into the wrong hands, convicted felons and children.
Here we go, guys. Enjoy it.
How does it happen? An undercover police investigation.
Dealers like you, turn the other way, let the rules slide.
A new Dateline Wednesday on NBC. Check your local listings.
The right forecast right now.
First Alert Live Doppler 8000.
You'll never see weather the same way again.
First Alert Doppler 8000 pinpoints exactly where a storm is, where it's going, and when it'll be there, right down to a city block.
Only News Channel 8 can predict storms with this incredible accuracy in real time, 8 minutes ahead of the rest.
Because anything less than real time is a lifetime.
Northwest News Channel 8, where the news comes first.
Hello, welcome to Dodge Durango 101. Today, I'll be covering the 5.2 and 5.9 liter Magnum V8 vis-a-vis Durango's superiority in the class structure of domestic compact sport utility vehicles. You're not listening. You're just staring at the Durango, aren't you? Aren't you? Why do I even bother? Just standing up here like a big doofus. See the friendly Northwest Dodge dealer near you.
Joe Dunlin, only on Northwest News Channel 8.
Puget Sound is Ford country, where Doug White uses his F-150 with a powerful 5.4-liter Triton V8 to get the job done. Why does Doug drive a Ford truck? Was it the standard 4 doors or the 4.9 financing?
Ford country, look at that truck. Ford country, built Ford tough. Ford country.
What do you think?
Get to your Northwest Ford store. Your guide to Ford country.
From KGW, where the news comes first, this is a Northwest News Channel 8 special edition.
Police aren't saying much, but friends of 3 women found dead in Forest Park say similarities in the deaths have them feeling scared. Thanks for joining us for this special edition of News Channel 8. I'm Joe Donlin, and we begin with the Forest Park murders. News Channel 8 has learned that members of a Spokane, Washington serial killer task force are in Portland to help local investigators. News Channel 8's Leslie Knopp reports.
Oh, man, they're scared to death.
Angela Davis says it's always difficult living on Portland streets. These days, it's especially scary. She was friends with Stephanie Russell and Lila Moeller, 2 women whose bodies were found in Forest Park early May. Last week, police found a 3rd victim, 17-year-old Alex Eisen.
And I know this sounds cold, but I just was praying to God that I didn't know her, too. And then when I heard it was a 17-year-old girl, I was like, oh, my God, poor baby.
She's so young, so no one would expect it to happen just because she's so young.
Lauren, who lives on the streets, last saw her friend Alex 2 weeks ago. Although police don't say it officially, Lauren and Angela think the murderer is a serial killer targeting women on the streets.
I'll walk down the street there, and if I'm walking alone, literally, if I take the time to look, I'll see guys constantly stop and slow down because all they want to do is pick up girls there.
At the Rosehaven Women's Shelter in Old Town, there's concern it's difficult to warn women living on the streets they may be in danger. They don't watch news reports. Many women didn't find out about the murders until they came here. Counselors say there simply are not enough places for women to go to get off the streets. There's also concern this is a segment of our community that's easily ignored.
For as long as one woman is subject to this kind of violence, I, as one woman, am not safe.
It's scary, you know? It's scary. I don't want to look in a newspaper and see another one of my friends dead.
Portland police won't give any details of their investigation out. They won't say how long the 3rd body was in Forest Park. They do stress that none of the victims were hikers or runners in Forest Park, and the entire park is now open. Leslie Knopp, KGW Northwest News Channel 8.
A serial rapist faces one of his accusers today in court. Michael Gallatin is charged with raping the woman and 4 others over the past 6 years. The first victim, whom we're not identifying, said she never saw her attacker because he was wearing a ski mask. She was sexually assaulted twice, and her wrists and ankles tied. Gallatin's attorney says Gallatin was at the hospital visiting his wife. who'd had a baby the day before. Certainly the most famous ship in Oregon these days, but she could soon be shipped out to sea. This week, salvage crews are taking apart what's left of the new Carissa. And News Channel 8's Pat Doris has the story.
A helicopter maneuvers over the burned-out and now rusting hulk of the new Carissa. This heavy stern section, the back part of the ship, has rested here off Coos Bay since it ran aground last winter. Tourists still flock to the area.
I was hoping they'd leave it here so we'd have something to look at, but you can't get out here anyway, so let them take it away. But it was a beautiful ship. Sad that it died on the beach.
Today, welding torches spit sparks as crews cut up the ship's dead skeleton. The plan is to get the new Carissa off this beach over the next 100 days. First, they're going to cut off the superstructure. That's why there's men working on the top, and that's why we've seen torches on the right side there. Then they'll bring in a huge chisel and slice off the bow, slicing it a number of times. Then they're going to patch up the engine compartment and try and float it. If it works, the ship will be dumped out at sea. If not, the whole thing will be cut up on the shore. The saga of the new Carissa started last February when the freighter ran aground off Coos Bay in high winds. Navy demolition crews torched the ship when it became clear it was permanently stuck and in danger of breaking apart and spilling hundreds of thousands of gallons of fuel oil. Despite their efforts, dozens of birds did die, but dozens of others were saved and released back to the wild. The salvage coordinators say if the ship cannot be refloated, it will be cut up and there will be more pollution.
If we have to break it piece by piece, there is going to be pollution incidental to that removal. It cannot be prevented. There's no possible way.
If that happened, there would be great concern here. The beaches around Coos Bay are nesting grounds for the protected snowy plover and the marbled murrelet. In Coos Bay, Pat Doris, KGW Northwest News Channel 8.
And Colin Cowherd is here now with some sports.
The WNBA is coming to the Rose City. Portland awarded a new franchise starting next summer, and Ron Pivo has the story.
You've seen the fancy promos. Now Portland fans will get to see the WNBA up close.
It's almost a collegiate type atmosphere, even though it's professional and people are getting paid.
Brian Wheeler should know. Before he became the voice of the Blazers, he called games for the WNBA's Sacramento Monarchs. He says if you like crisp passing, teamwork, and all-out hustle, you'll love the WNBA.
It's not a game that's played above the rim, but if you appreciate it for what it is, if you go in with the attitude that I'm going to try to look for the same kind of things I see in an NBA game, you're going to walk away disappointed.
Katie Stedding knows Portland fans will embrace this new franchise. She played for the Portland Power and says female players are far more fan-friendly than their male counterparts.
I think we're a little more approachable than the men's league is, just by virtue of the fact that we're still getting started. And, you know, I think women in general in that kind of a situation are a little less jaded.
Stedding says the WNBA will work in Portland because the Rose City has always supported women's athletics. And she also has a couple pretty good ideas for the team if it wants to hit the ground running.
I think if they did some things right, like bring back Coach Dunn, and, you know, bring back a couple other key players. You know, it'd just be great. It would be great, and I think people would really support it.
Unlike the Portland Power, Portland's new WNBA team will be playing its games in the Rose Garden as opposed to Memorial Coliseum. That means the Garden will now be rocking almost all year round. At the Rose Garden, Ron Pivo, KGW Northwest News Channel 8.
It'll fill a nice summer void.
It will.
We have
Right.
for sports here.
Nice to have that on the calendar. Thanks, Colin, and we'll be back with more in just a minute.
This edition of News Channel 8 is closed captioned through a generous grant from Sleep Train Mattress Centers. Sleep Train, your ticket to a better night's sleep.
The dictionary defines passions as extreme emotions or desires. Uncontrollable anger. Love. Hate. Intense romantic desire. And this summer, all of the above. NBC redefines daytime drama with passions, coming this summer.
News Channel 8 invites you to the Portland Arts Festival. Experience work from 125 of the nation's best artists. 3 stages of live theater and music. Denny Dent and his Two-Fisted Art Attack, presented by King FM 102. and the future of television, HD TV. It's all free at the Portland Arts Festival, June 25th to 27th in the South Park blocks at PSU. Presented by Northwest News Channel 8, your official station of summer.
Before you buy home electronics anywhere else, check out the Brandtastic half-yearly sale at Fred Meyer. Save on the brands you trust. TVs, VCRs, camcorders, personal CD players, movies, music, and more. Get the models you want with all the most popular features. Like this Sony 8mm camcorder with a free camera bag, just $399. The Brandtastic Home Electronics Sale. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
This News Channel 8 segment is brought to you by Genuine Chevrolet.
When it comes to investing, experts say look for security. The confidence of safe returns. We couldn't agree more. Chevy Blazer, steel ladder frame, side door beams, and this GMAC Smart Lease. A little security in an insecure world. Chevy Blazer, like a rock.
Matt's here now. We have a lot to look forward to, Matt.
We certainly do, Joe. We started out with some very cool weather this week, but that is going to change as we head into the middle part of the week. Here's 3D Doppler. We can zoom in. We have some pretty strong cells right here moving into the Portland area right now. So we still have some good showers to get through. Portland's right here. You can see they are moving towards us from the west. So still some showers out there tonight. Let's look at satellite right now, and you can see what's going on. We've got a storm system out here in the Pacific that's pushing up some warm air ahead of it. That is going to be our weather as we go Wednesday through Friday. So things are looking quite a bit nicer for the end of the week. We still have this cool weather, though, for about one more day. Then that'll be out of here and things will begin to shape up. All righty, time for the forecast, starting with the coast. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, some scattered showers, west winds 5 to 15, but the winds aren't strong enough in the marine forecast to give us any warnings or advisories. So for that marine forecast, no warnings or advisories. We're just looking at some west to northwest winds and westerly swells at about 6 feet. In the valleys of western Oregon, mostly cloudy tomorrow, some showers and sun breaks, west winds 5 to 15. And for the gorge, pretty much the same forecast. A couple of sun breaks east side, west winds 15 to 25, a little bit brisk out that way. Temperatures tomorrow, Hood River, you'll make it up to into the low 60s, 64, 63 at Salem, and low 60s on the coast. Up in the Cascades, tomorrow still some rain and snow showers. How low will they go? Let's check out that snow level for tomorrow. It's going to drop, well, it's down around 3,000 feet right now. It's going to rise to about 5,000 feet by the time we get into tomorrow afternoon, so we are warming up a bit. Central and eastern Oregon now. You're still going to have a couple of showers up in the mountains, otherwise partly cloudy. In fact, it'll be rain and snow showers. And look at these overnight low temperatures. We're going to drop down below freezing in Bend, 60 in Bend tomorrow afternoon, 70 in the Dalles, and fairly cool elsewhere, too. All right, in Portland, we're looking at showers ending tonight. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a few scattered showers. High temperatures tomorrow around the Portland area will be up around, 64 degrees or so. And pretty similar in other parts around town. Hit it, Sam. And as we go into the 5-day forecast, one more time, we've got some good weather coming up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Got an assist there from our 11 o'clock producer, Sam, on the weather computer. Yes.
Nice for the parade on Wednesday, the junior parade.
Looks excellent for that.
Nice for Saturday.
We may get it through with the Grand Floral Parade with good weather, too.
Let's hope. Matt, thanks a lot. Shovels in hand, city leaders today broke ground on what will become Portland's classical Chinese garden. Dances, music, and speeches all capped off the beginning of the garden, set in the Chinatown part of Northwest Portland. It's a $10 million project, and it'll take what is now a parking lot and turn it into a lush, classical garden. More than 60 skilled craftsmen from our Chinese sister city will actually spend the next year creating the ponds and the footbridges and all the buildings that will make up the garden. Donations from companies and also private individuals helped cover the cost of Portland's new classical Chinese garden, and it will be open.
Now you can keep on top of weather conditions as they happen, from Timberline to the coast and Vancouver to Bowling.
I heard cattle company's putting out a big spread. 2 half-pound prime rib dinners with an appetizer platter to share and a big mountain fudge cake to split. That's the thing about cattle company. No sissy food. No sissy portions. Prime rib dinner for two with an appetizer sampler platter and fudge cake to split. Just $30. See you at Cattle Company.
99.5 KWJJ with 50 minutes of music an hour.